Hello. This may be a dreadful, disastrous mistake, but I'll give it a go anyway. As I did say in my written piece that I'd try to do a video if I can get up the courage. Well, the courage is okay, but the technology may not be quite as good. And what is there to talk about? I began the written piece by saying, despite the fact there isn't much to say, I thought I would say something. Typical teacher, really. There's nothing to say, but nonetheless I'll talk to you. And of course, all the stuff about the lottery on Saturday night was actually to do with what's important. And while up until, a month or so ago, winning a large amount of money would be very nice, actually I'll settle for my health for the next 3 or 4 months, maybe. So it is, all things change, and maybe we begin to see what's important. As for what we might do with U3A, well, I think it will depend firstly on different activities and how they can meet and how they're instructed that they're allowed to meet, which is probably not at all in real terms. We did at one time think maybe the walkers could, but I think there's been so much abuse of the social distancing business that probably we're going to be told that we shouldn't do that at all either. So it will then be down to what we can do on our own and through talks with other people. And on here, I don't know if this will work. I did think of doing one of my talks, but I don't know if anybody could bear 3/4 of an hour of me talking about machinery. I wondered whether I could do a PowerPoint and show it on a wall behind me or something. Maybe there's something that we could do. And it's all very well for me to say, well, book club could work quite easily because they can order books online and read them on their Kindles and then discuss them. But I'm not actually in the book club, so it's not as simple as that. And as some of you will know, if you've been on Facebook, I have a 921-page book that I am currently wading through on the Battle of Britain, one of my top topics. And actually there are other parallels, of course, with that now coming along, which weren't by any means clear when I started reading the book a month or so ago. So where we might go from here remains to be seen. I think 1.5 million letters are coming out this week, which may tell some of us that we need to be more careful. It may also identify for us whether we are actually in the very vulnerable group or not. I can't help thinking, incidentally, that I shouldn't necessarily have done this talk here with a mirror behind me. But hopefully, when you look round for interesting backgrounds, it's not as easy as you might think. So, and I finished up last time by saying at least it's a bright sunny morning, and it is again a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. Springtime hopefully coming along. We should be taking it day by day. I'll try to find more relevant things to talk about in the future rather than burbling along. But I don't know, there's something about voices, isn't there? Now you see, I spent all my life with voices. Not only did my mother talk a lot, which I guess is where I get it from, but I went to school at the age of 5 and have been in schools ever since, up to 2013. And there is, in fact, I could only identify one period of silence in a school, and that was 1 minute at 11 o'clock on the 11th of the 11th for the Armistice Day minute silence. And that was the only time there was ever silence. Otherwise, there were always voices. So there's always voices in the background. I'm not necessarily listening to them, but they're not there. And as soon as you take them away, it's awfully silent. So maybe this provides a bit of a break from solitude. Solitude, I always think, is quite an interesting and useful thing. So maybe we're talking about loneliness instead, which is obviously something to be avoided. I have a feeling that people are not going to get in touch and say, will somebody talk to me, I'm feeling lonely. And it really is up to us to try to contact people and say, are you all right? It's fine if you've got the internet, it's more difficult otherwise. And we're still thinking about that. But I don't think we have to make a decision anytime soon because this is going to go on for a while yet. So I will let you off any more of my waffle for now. Do stay safe. Do stick with the rules or the guidance. It would have been easier, wouldn't it, if the guidance had been made rules? We'd know exactly where we were then. But do look after yourselves. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.